Okay, is it on? Is the volume fine? Yeah, it's way better. Okay, cool. Alright, I did the thing again. I made a bunch of progress offline, so we're gonna do a slight tour of the new factory before we actually get started. So I'll just get me a second here and I'll get started. I just gotta fire things up. Okay, here we go. So first off, color changes. I'm coloring things now. And now that I've got most of the cosmetics unlocked, I'm going to start using those again. And I changed the main color of the game because I was tired of looking at orange. So we're going to look at mint green for a while now. So, yeah. Big progress has been made. It still does the same thing. If I remember right, all that was here was this. But now, on top of this, I have sealed it up so it just looks normal. But we also have Caterium production. I have fuel production, and the fuel should be consumed, should be leaving just a little bit of fuel left over, enough to do my rubber and plastic recycling while also giving me a solid amount of power. Polymer resin still gets shredded here like it was before, but it also goes over here and gets turned into rubber like it's supposed to. But there's also a bonus item now. It makes fabric, so I can make gas masks. Not gas masks, gas filters easily. All my Caterium comes from here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to move my character now because he's like too far away for the camera to move. In the back over here, we have more coloration for fuel and stuff like that. I like the way the colors look together. They seem to pop. I did some slopage and such, so it works so it looks decent. Add some angles to it. In the back here, we got our battery banks. We have, of course, the power production is on its own separate grid. So, we now have a third supply of emergency power, as well as a third battery bank. Decent sized bank at that. So rubber and plastic, of course, come out where they're supposed to from the blue and black machines here. They go into the respective boxes, which are then uploaded to cloud storage. And then what isn't uploaded to cloud storage comes here and goes on the belts. I figured I'd turn this into... Oh, hey, Roy! Yeah, this game is... It's my favorite game ever. So plastic rubber comes through here. Caterium comes around, does its thing. Joins the rest of the ingots. The ore comes from the ore bridge, which I decided I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of that cave, which meant taking all 3 crystal nodes and the SAM ore that was there. So, brought everything down around, picked up one of the coal nodes, one of the copper and iron nodes. Sam now goes through here into this little room and gets turned into reanimated Sam, just like it was before. But I also made some modifications to the factory, so now I have what is it? Fluctuators being made, as well as Sam being uploaded, because why not? Crystal gets refined and does its things. Steel ingots are being made too. Iron ingots, of course, just go straight into steel, so they go through there. So now I've got my ingots being made and pushed up right next to each other. I now have a belt layer for the actual factory, so all of my belts and stuff will have room to maneuver and everything. And then the actual factory, which is what I'm going to be starting on here in a minute, but... So let's fire up the spreadsheet here and figure out what it is I'm doing first. I should be doing steel production first, if I'm being honest with myself. Steel and Caterium production should be the first things I do. What the hell happened to my sheet? Hold on, I need to reload Excel, because that didn't look like it loaded properly. Yeah, that didn't load properly. Okay. Everything was like blank white and I couldn't see what my tabs were. Okay, do. We've got rubber and plastic production taken care of. I no longer need coke, so that's no longer on the list. Radio, crystal, super, and computers are all later. Silica and quartz. Yes, actually, I have silica and quartz production to be stored, so I need to set up storage bins for those. And I don't have that here, so we need to fix that. So we're going to put some storage bins here and some dimensional depots. Perfect. No clipping. There's just enough room for me to do an uploader. Oh. But not enough room for me to do a... I can fix it. I can fix this. Okay. Okay. So now we got that going. This is good. I don't like that I had to put a kink in my belt, but that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, get a little kinky with things. So, that's fine. Okay. Belts are still doing their thing. I have a couple of holes back here that I need to put wire and steel pipes in. I need to take these belts and move them to another spot. Oh. Wait, is this a 3? This is... Oh, it's weird. Oh, I don't like that. What did I do? How did I get off center? Oh, I know what I did. I dropped this lower for my water extractors. And then I went off of that, so this floor up here is wrong. I need to remove this floor. Good thing I caught that. it's not technically wrong, but then the wall pieces don't line up properly, and your lifts have to go by like in between things, and they don't want to properly lift and scale. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it and rebuild it at a proper height. Which means not going this far over with it, which is fine, because this was too far over anyway. There we go. Okay, so now this is my new maximum for how far over it can go. This is a lot of wasted space. Here we go. That's my crystal. That's my silica. I don't like how far that gapping is, but we're just gonna accept it. Plastic and rubber, that stuff is later in the... Where does plastic and rubber go, actually? It goes to AI limiters. It goes to circuit boards. Actually, I think that's where all my plastic goes, is just circuit boards and AI limiters. Which is QuickWire. Okay. $39.38 plastic plus 55.36 plastic is 94.74. How much plastic was I consuming? 94.74. So yeah, all of my plastic goes into those two consumption lines. That's awesome. And I need QuickWire to do that. So I need to set up my QuickWire production, and then I can just consume all of my plastic. What about my rubber? I think rubber goes into heat sinks. Yep, rubber goes into heat sinks. And then all of my heat sinks go into cooling systems. Okay. All of my cooling systems... All of my cooling systems go straight into supercomputers. Okay. All of my radio control units goes into supercomputers. Okay. Or goes into my radio control units. And then also goes into my insulated crystal oscillators. So crystal oscillators, radio control units, and heat sinks. Those three items. Oh man, those are all kind of random. That's not bad. Okay. Heat sinks I don't have unlocked. Radio control units I don't have locked. And crystal oscillators I do have unlocked. And I need to make... So I'll put my rubber into that for now. That'll be the first thing I do. And it looks like all of my AI limiters goes into crystal oscillators as well. Okay. as well as all of my quartz crystal. Yes. So my quartz crystal needs to dead end into crystal oscillators, as well as my AI limiters, and then my rubber can start there. Okay, so that'll be the first little manufacturing setup I do. But we're going to start on quick wire first to get AI limiters and circuit boards out of the way. Because that'll also allow me to dead end it into wire. So that's my steel. Hey, how much quick wire did I need again? God, quick wire goes everywhere, man. 600 quick wires what I need, so I need 10 of these. Oh crap. This is my crystal. We're gonna deal with that in a little bit. I can move those. It's not a big deal. Oh, you know what? No, we're gonna do this. Splitter this way. Nice. There, now it's even. Hold up. Oh my god, I misplaced that. Dang it. Wait, I could be making a mistake here. I need 600. Oh no. I need 2 belts. Did I leave enough space? I did. Perfect. So that's that row. It's steel. I can expand this way and then do steel. And then just take those up to the next floor. Or I can bring steel over here and do steel here. Plastic dead ends. That's rubber. This is plastic. Plastic dead ends on this floor. Quick wires being made. I see no reason why I can't use plastic on this floor and do assembly. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. How much quick wire do I need for AI limiters? 170. And then circuit boards, 170. So that's 340. I got... damn, I'm going to need to run 2 bullets through here. It's almost exactly the same, so I can run both of them, the circuit boards on one side, the plastic limiters on the other. Because I've already got plastic storage going, I don't have to worry about storing it after this. I can just dead end it here. Okay. That's good enough. Okay. Now, how many assemblers of each do I need? I need... how many circuit boards? 38.75. By 8.75. That's 5 assemblers. Okay. Okay. Now, how many for plastic limiters? Okay, good. I do have this recipe. I only need 11.25 for this. Okay, so I need 2. Really? God, okay. That's 3.25 is how much I need out of this. And then I needed... how many circuit boards? 33.75. $35. So the last one needs to be doing 3.75. Easy enough. Okay, we're gonna turn this around though. Run it this way. Try to keep it at least somewhat even. Finished products go to this side. Base components down that side. Quick wire comes through here, moves over, and does its thing. Quick wire is going to go right over the top of these. So these are just going to get lifted up and go straight into the next floor. So my quick wire belt can go right there. These are 120 a minute. Now hang on. These have to be smart splitters. Any, and overflow. Would I like a potato with a side of leftover pizza? I just had French fries, but pizza does sound good. I might put one in the oven later. Okay, so quick wire goes through, gets consumed, comes out the other end. How much is this? That's 16, so I can do one there. Oh, I can do level 1s all the way across. Okay. Now, I am losing 170 across each belt. Each belt is running at 300. This means that I am down to like 120 per belt. I can now merge these into a single belt before I bring them back up. Since these are going up top, I don't want to do a lift up. That doesn't mean I can't do a lift down, because I do have plenty of stuff down below. Because these are going to have to continue along their path of consuming my quick wire. I'm just going to leave those lifts as placeholders. Crap, I dropped down when I shouldn't have. Awesome. Still out of the way. Okay. So now my quick wire comes out, gets made, goes through here, does its thing, comes back out, goes across, goes back under, comes up, merges with the remainder, so now I only have one quick wire belt instead of two. That's good. All of this stuff gets merged and put over here. And these are all belts that run at Mark 1. There we go. Why are you lifting so slow? Ah, this is a Mark 1 lift. Perfect. Now the ingots are flowing. Whew. Okay. So now I need to flow the plastic, which is this belt. So for that, we're going to do this. And do a zoop. Do another zoop. Now we're going to remove this because this is clipping. There we go. Do not like that this is clipping. There's not much I can do about that. Except make this one float. And I don't want to make this one float. And I know what to do. Do. Hey, it's like it never happened. And these are still covered. I don't really need these to be covered, but I might leave that covered. We'll see. Now, what am I looking at for here? 12.5 per. Okay. Oh no. What am I gonna do here? I can't drop it. I can do this. because these are going straight up into a floor hole. They're not actually stopping right there. Those are just placeholders to prevent me from belting above it, like I almost did. Okay. All right, this is the sideways limit of my factory in this direction. Oh God, I should have put some spacing. I missed my hover pack. Okay. Now I gotta get power up here. I'm gonna get that up here. I am gonna move my steel over here and do it, because these are just gonna go straight up to the next floor. I have no use for crystal or silica at this stage. Those can go up to the next floor, or into a different section of the factory altogether. Yeah, they don't get used in heat sinks. I can't even make those right now. That's aluminum casing, and that's a whole different facility. Motors are rotors and stators, which is steel pipe, and that is all of my steel pipe production. Okay, and all of my steel rod production goes under rotors, and my screw production also goes only into rotors. Sweet. So my steel rods and steel screws go into that. Okay. All of my steel beams go into screws. My steel pipes go into 2 locations. They go into that hole right over there. Okay. Emitting. Now, where do I want this? I think that'll do just fine. Not quick wire, Caterium wire. There we go. Comes out at 120 items a minute, so we're going to go ahead and close that up at 120. And that's not what I needed at. So that takes care of that. Now we're looking at a single machine making steel beams. And this is going to consume all of my steel ingots, correct? Probably a single machine making steel rods. Yes, a single machine making steel rods. Single machine making steel beams. Yeah. And then should be 3 machines making steel pipe. Perfect. Oh, I'm out of AI limiters. Ironic, because that's what I'm making right now. As soon as I get power online. Special craft bench. Oh man, I've got so much ore and stuff in my inventory. Whew. Let's just clear this up real quick. Okay. Now we do an overflow in this direction. Okay. Now, these are considered base components as far as I'm concerned because they come directly from ingots. So my steel beam and my iron rod and what's left of my steel pipe all go this way and then merge up. Right. Making quick progress today. Okay, so that's steel, that's Caterium, that's my plastic. Rubber can go up to the next floor. Yeah, I'm not building in this direction. I like how this is all open. So we're gonna leave this open and go up to the next floor and build in that direction instead. Okay. Okay. The top floor is going to be a much bigger facility. Might actually put a floor in between these two for belts, so I don't have the belts clipping through my factory line down here. I either bring all of these directly up to the next floor, or I use this floor to direct them to another location. First, let's fix the power issue and get these machines online. Then I can worry about that. Oops, missed. Okay, power's added. Now let's get it up to this floor. Where am I going to get it from? I have a section of power outlets over here. I think I'm just going to copy it from right here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I didn't hook up power down here. That'll be fine. There it is. Quick wire's filling in. Which means I now officially have my fluctuators automated. Heck yes. It's about freaking time I got those automated. No more having to benchcraft stuff for my stupid dimensional depots. Beep boop, then a bap. Bap boop. Beep ba doop. Alright, the next floor. Get rid of the cacti. these are all off-center holes. I don't like it. I'd have to fix it. But I could put all of them on this side. If I did that, then I can get rid of the management. It's still so hot. Cat is buggered laying down in front of the fan. I'm sitting here playing games. Doors open and sun enough. Yeah, it gets toasty over there where you're at. Hold up. What's up with my low ingot production here? I have 120 ingots per minute coming out. Oh, I know what it is. I didn't configure any of these. So we're going to configure these now. This is the big one. I only need 3.61. I need 45. So we're going to tell all of these to be at 15 a minute. We can go ahead and let this one run at the proper speed, because it doesn't matter. I've got more than enough Caterium to run it. I have additional quick wire being produced by a lot. So I should be fine for this, and I have those set up properly too. This is off now. Okay, how do I want to do this now? I really hate trying to commit to this. If I just bring them straight up, it looks clean, it looks fine. Bring them up to a management floor and be fine with it, but then it puts another floor, and then that's got a whole mess in itself. Alright, I'm gonna commit to this. How did you end up inside the ceiling? Okay. Now we're going to get these set up properly. Right here, right here, 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 here. Oops. Here. Hopefully this doesn't, like, screw me over somehow by doing this. It really shouldn't. Delta, what are you sending me? Oh my god, why are you buying me things? Stop it. Holy shit, why? Why so many things? I'll have to check out Subnautica eventually. It's been on my list for a minute. I might have gotten you Baldur's Gate, I can't remember. It's been a minute since that game came out. Okay. Right, so we got that. I turned this into my management floor since I had room. Yeah, okay. This works. This is doing its thing. Things are building and such down there, that's good. Yeah, Subnautica goes on some pretty good sales. I don't even remember what Icarus was. It's been on my wish list for so long I forget what it was. Oh, okay. Steel beam, steel pipe. Screws. Why am I bringing steel beam up here? They just go straight into a screw manufacturer. Excuse me for a second here. We're just gonna fix an error here. How many screws a minute do I need? 187.5. Here we go. Resolve! Now, screws and rods stick together. Look at that, they're both together. That's awesome. Screws and rods stick together. They go into rotors and then die. I might be able to get away with a single rotor machine for those if I throw in some power shards for it. Now my quick wire goes over here and it's kind of stuck. But I've got a clean run all the way from here to there, so we're going to go ahead and just do this. Whoa, I fell. Easy. Good. Oh, you got her goblin cleanup. Drop down in the pods, survive, do missions. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Wait, is the Xmas sale on right now? I'm assuming yes, since you just bought a bunch of stuff, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay. Dang, Quickwire is going to end up on the opposite end. Hold up. What all do I need Quickwire for past this stage? I need it for stators, which is where my steel pipe dead ends. Okay, so I need it for stators. I don't need it for motors. Not for heat sinks, not for cooling systems. I don't need it for computers or supercomputers. Not crystal oscillators. Not radio control units. It dead ends into stators? No way. No way. I'm missing something. High-speed connectors. That's where I'm missing it from. Okay. And that's where all of my silica goes. Silica goes straight to high-speed connectors. So my next to last stop is stators. And then after that, it goes into high-speed connectors and it dies. And that's where I'll kill my circuit boards too, because circuit boards are used in... computers. Okay. So the belts are already kind of wonky, so it's not a huge deal if I just go ahead and do this. Yeah, the winter sale. Okay. I'll check that out later. Okay. That's done. And I can still put walls up here. But a nice big old huge bay window. Or something. There we go. So far, it's looking good. And now we've got to reset. All of my materials are here. Now, what do I want to focus on? I want to get rid of rods. I want to get rid of pipes. And I want to get rid of screws. So we're going to put rotors and stator production here, and that'll help me get rid of my quick wire too. Rotor production, I need... Oh, hell yeah, I can just do this. Yes, awesome. Which means I can do the same thing for my quick wire stators. Oh, heck yeah, I don't even have to overclock for my quick wire stators. I can underclock it. And then they go straight into motors. Okay, so we're gonna move this down here. This is probably it. Perfect. Except I placed it wrong. .5 a minute. Now assembler next to it. Now that's rods. That's screws. And that's pipes. What the hell? We'll make that a Mark II belt. Pipes go right here. Perfect. Whoops. This is a Mark III. Nice. You sent me a pic of what you did for gifts so far. Let me take a look at it. Oh, nice. You sent Mega Bonk to Rams. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's really annoying. Huh. Okay. So, do I want to fix that by moving my assembler over a smidge? I'd have to move both of them over a smidge. We're just gonna do this. Yeah, I saw him. Be gone. Okay. That quickly resolved that. Wow. 3 items fully consumed to give me motors. Okay. 4 items fully consumed to give me motors, actually. And that leaves me with just the quick wire coming out. Whatever's left over goes into high-speed connectors, which is just going to be further down that way. God, I love how clean that came out. I didn't even need a second floor for that. These are going to go up to the top of this floor because I am going to need a new floor, and even if I don't need a new floor, I'm going to need a roof, so I'll just put it there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like the aluminum processing stuff, like my radio control units and stuff. I think I want to put that on the next floor. And I'll finish up the rest of the factory on this floor. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, cooling systems, heat sinks, radio control units, those will all go up to the next floor. But crystal oscillators, oh, supercomputers will be on the next floor too. So crystal oscillators and computers. And what else? Just computers and crystal oscillators will be on this floor? Really? I don't know how I feel about that. Supercomputers require radio control units and cooling systems. Cooling systems require heat sinks. The motors would go up to the next floor. Okay. All of my quartz crystal goes into the crystal oscillators. My first round of rubber goes there, and all of my AI limiters goes there. Where does my silica go again? I thought it went to crystal oscillators, but it's not heat sinks. It goes to something. Computers get circuit boards and crystal oscillators. Supercomputers get radio control units and cooling systems. Insulated crystal oscillators get quartz crystal, some rubber, and all of the AI limiters. Control system goes okay. I don't understand what's consuming my silica. I saw it earlier. I know I did. It's not circuit boards. I just set those up. Same with AI limiters, quick wire. It's not heat sinks. It's not my cooling systems. So where does it go? Do I just have an error on my sheet somewhere? God, I really hope not. Oh, I missed the high-speed connectors. Okay, so high-speed connectors will be built on here. I need to make a note of what's going on here, because I keep getting lost in the sheet. High-speed connector, computer. Okay. That's what I'm working on. All of my silica goes into high-speed connectors, so that dies on this floor. The remainder of my quick wire goes there, so that dies here too. My circuit boards, unfortunately, are used in radio control units. But the first two stops go into computers and circuit boards. Okay. Alright, so last stop for quick wires. Okay. I believe that is my last bit of assembly, except for, oh, computers and such. We're gonna set this up so that my bus goes right through this floor, right along here. We're just basically gonna divide this off. This is now the manufacturing wing of the factory. Whoa! What the hell? Alright, which one do I want to do first? Truth be told, I don't want to set up a manufacturer right there. We're going to go ahead and this manufacturer down a little bit. This gives me enough room to run my belts around. Okay. Now, do I dare overclock these? I need 6.22, 25. Oh, sweet joy, Jesus, these take up a lot. $1.875 a minute. I need 6.75, was it? 6.25. So I'd need 4. Woo! I really can't push it this much farther this way. I can get another low of manufacturers, but I think that's about as far as I can push it that way. I'm going to need to save room for assemblers for supercomputers and computers. But I am definitely going to need another floor. But I'll do supercomputers and computers on this floor, I think. Okay. Let's expand it just a little bit more. why I removed the cacti. And this is as far over as I can move this. Just 2. Yikes. Now, because of how low these outputs are, I have programmable splitters. I have smart splitters. I could turn this into a decent ticket manufacturer. I really don't want to rely on that this run. Oh, good lord, that's like no room. Well, let's place it first. Get an idea of what I'm working on here. Silicone high-speed connectors. How many of those do I need? Only 5, so I only need to make 2 machines for that. That's not bad. How many for computers? They come out at 33333 a minute. Are you kidding me? I only needed 2.5. I literally just need 1 assembler. Okay, so I'm gonna put my other 2 manufacturers on this side of the manufacturing wing. What's dead-ending into my computers? Circuit boards have to go up top. Radio control units use crystal oscillators and the bulk of my circuit boards, so that's where my circuit boards will die. But they have to pass through high-speed connectors and computer generation first. Okay. Motors go up, just straight up. We're gonna do this kind of interesting. We're gonna do 4 high. I'm gonna double it, so I have a floor for belts. Because manufacturing gets really complicated, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do this now. So I have a place to drop things down and go up as well. But I only need 3 spaces for these. Oops. There really isn't a lot of room to work with. I might raise this up 1 more, so I have room to run belts as well as splitters and mergers, but for now, I think this is good. This means I can pop this right here. This is my AI limiters. This goes here and it gets stored. I could put storage down there, actually, instead of lifting it. Rubber goes down there, too. What was it I needed? Rubber, crystal, and AI limiters? Yeah. I have no room down below to run belts, so I have to run them up top like this. So what I'm going to do here... It's going to be kind of funky and ugly, but I didn't really leave myself much of an option here. Oh, it just barely doesn't line up. That's annoying. Okay, crystal dead ends here, so that works. That one dead ends here, so that works. This one has to keep going through the factory. Wait, did I set this up as the first hole or the second? I set this up as the second, and then set it up as the first after that. I'll fix that. That's fixed. Water cooler machines, you don't have to wait for the dumb bridge. Yeah, those are really nice. What's, like, super duper nice, though, is an ice maker. Dang it. Pretty sure none of these items require more than a Mark 1. Correct. By a lot. Would much rather run a sushi belt for this, but I really don't want to do a shred line, so we're not going to do that. This doesn't look bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, now... 5, 6, 2, 5. .623. That's the output for the next one. Whoops. this is right in the middle. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Probably didn't need to extend it nearly as far as I did. Probably this far should be good enough. Okay, that puts it on my management floor. I'm fine with that. I now have crystal oscillator production. Oh, right. This line dead ends, but it also doesn't. Because this is where I do storage. That line completely dead ends. I'm gonna do something mean. Boop. There we go. Crooked cable. We don't talk about the clipping cables. Power's on. Motor production is going. I'm gonna bring that over to the bus to bring up to my cooling system production. I still don't know where I'm going to put my storage unit at. I might leave it down there on the first floor, because I have a couple of spots where things are just kind of being stored randomly, so I might just continue that trend. But I might also put them over here, where it's easy to get to. Alright, now. Computers and then high-speed connectors. My high-speed connector's over there, my computer's right here. Silica goes to high-speed connectors. This goes all the way up. All the way up to the next floor. This is also goes to high-speed connectors. So this goes all the way up too. And I can't take it that way because I did a stupid. Okay. No harm, no foul. Now this also goes up to high-speed connectors. So those are my 3 components for high-speed connectors, yes? Quick wire, silica, circuit boards. Silica dead ends there, quick wire dead ends there. Circuit boards do not. This is the first place circuit boards are being used. They're going to dead end later down the line on the next floor. Don't mind me, just fixing a mistake. Okay. Now, crystal oscillators need to double back over here. What was my other component for computers? Circuit boards. I'm going to set this as overflow. I am going to make this my storage. I'm going to make that any, this any. It's going to come right through here. I only need 1 for computers. Now we do this. It's like that never happened. Now priority is to the computers. There we go. Computer production's online now. You just gotta plug it in. And it's on. There we go. Nice. Now, computers are just stored. So they can come on back here. We're gonna put a hole right here. And those can just get stored right there. Now, motors have to go up to the next floor. So we're going to tell it to go up and go this direction. If I did this right, then yes, I've got enough room to move all 3 of these belts in this direction without clipping into this guy nice and cleanly. Okay. Awesome. Now, I can clip this back just enough. Put my little floor holes, my little wall holes there. Perfect. Bring this up a smidge, because this is all manufacturing for my next bit. That should be my quick wire. Oh, that's my silicon. Oops. This is my quick wire. No, we're not playing that game. We're gonna clean this up here. I don't like this belt. I don't like the way it's doing it. Okay, that's better. Now we've got two manufacturers here. Do I have room? Did I screw myself up by putting that belt there? Doesn't look like it. Beautiful. Alright, I don't think that's actually going to be where I put it, though. Now, circuit boards are going up on the next floor, so I'm going to keep circuit boards on this floor, but I'm going to drop silica down to here. Just like that. And then quick wire is also getting dropped. Okay. Now this one drops first. Silica's in the bag. Okay. Now this one... Please tell me this lines up. Oh, thank God. This is quick wire. This is a smart splitter. I forgot to put a smart splitter here. Any overflow. Means I can actually, because of how long those belts are, I can actually move these much closer. Cool. Let's see how much closer I can get these. About that close. Now I need how many of these a minute? Was it 5? 5. So we're gonna set these at 2.5 each. There we go. Set up another wall hole. Set up some little power thingies. Set up another power thingy. Hop on over here. Plug it in. I now have high-speed connector production. Heck yeah. So that's high-speed connector production. I think that's as far as I can take this factory. Motors are up there where they're supposed to be. They're ready to go up to the next section. 2-hour mark already, huh? Not bad timing. I'm just gonna make my little storage room, and then I'm gonna call it good for today. I wanted it to be kind of a short stream, and yeah. Yeah, it won't be much longer for stream. I'm just making a little storage room for my little boxes here, and then I'm gonna call it good for today. Yeah, heat sinks, cooling systems, and supercomputers are all part of the next phase. Yeah, next phase. Supercomputers, heat sinks, and cooling systems. That's all I have left to automate. Okay, cool. So I'll set up some boxes for those. Oh, I told it to dead end circuit board, but I have it set to be stored, so I guess I'll go ahead and get ready to store that then. So we've got cooling system, AI limiter, circuit board, high-speed connector, computer, supercomputer, crystal oscillator, radio control unit. That's 8 boxes. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to actually store circuit boards. I don't need them for anything as far as I know. So I just have access production of them. I'll just leave it on the line. So I'll set up 7 boxes. You're already the farthest this way. I don't want to do this. You're going to go right there. You're going to go right there. And you're going to go right there. That's how that's going. And then you're going to go right here. Okay. Yeah. That's how I want that set up. Very cool. I'll set those up as dimensional depots eventually. I don't know if I have enough orbs to do that. Okay. So far, it's looking pretty awesome. Okay. Yeah, it won't be much longer. I'm gonna hop off of here and get something to eat here in a minute, and then we can do some Monster Hunter. Why are you turning yellow? What is your deal? Oh, you were... It was a trick of the light. I could have sworn that turned yellow. But I was wrong. Okay. Oh my god, I have exactly 7 orbs. That is amazing. Okay. Dimensional Depot is set up too. Awesome. It'll be a minute before my crystal oscillators back up enough that I can actually, Oh, see, look at that. They're already starting to back up. It's just going to take a minute before they back up across the entire belt. Hold up. What's up with these? Why are you not getting enough screws? There we go. Issue resolved. Do some light error checking here just to make sure I've got it right. Good. I've got too much quick wire production. That's what I wanted to see. What do you got going on? Too much circuit board production. That's what I wanted to see. I should have just enough AI limiter production. Got too much plastic production too. That's good. Now, because of how this is stacking up, where I have this set up, I will have too much fuel production always, pretty much. So my fuel generators will never run out of fuel. I will always have a consistent amount of fuel power at this station, just ready to be used. What is my power consumption real quick before I actually do get off of here? Okay, so what's saving us is the fact that my iron factory is offline right now, as well as most of my steel factory. Because they've backed up along it. So all we're seeing is the power from my space elevator factory and this one. That's good. So I will end up turning my my backup generators eventually, but for right now they're offline. Okay. But most importantly, what this means is, how many tickets did I make? While I was just sitting here idle, basically, doing all that. 5 more tickets. Alright. Most importantly, since I have this automated now, I have all the materials necessary to make my expanded space elevator, which I need in order to progress, so I'm ready to progress to the next phase. Sweet. I don't like this one belt just running it out here. That bugs me now that I'm thinking about it. But it's fine. Maybe I can move that belt top. Because it's a combined belt. There's nothing here that's stopping me from wrapping it around and plugging it in there instead. But I end up with the same problem. Just in the opposite direction. I'll leave it like that. I'll think on it. Maybe I'll change it while I'm off stream. Alright. That's enough of all this. Did I really finish this that quickly? There's no way I finished it that quickly. I'm just staring at my sheet, kind of in disbelief that I finished this factory so quickly. Trying to figure out what else I missed. We're going to zero out those. No, I'm not, because this sheet is important for keeping track of this factory so I know what it's doing later. Right, AI limiters are only used there and they're being consumed and put into body storage. Circuit boards are going into radio control units. Is that where all my circuit boards are going? Bulk of them is going to radio control units. Five for storage. Oh, five for high-speed connectors. 0.75 for computer. It leaves me with 25. Okay. So I've got the high-speed connector, I've got the storage, and I've got the computers, so it dead ends into radio control units. Awesome. And it's on my management floor, so I can just pop it up wherever I want, really. Like right here, for example, I can run it back. Okay. I have two smart splitters that I can run for, that I can choose which output I want to do for my circuit boards to dead end into my radio control units. And then my motors also go up, so what do I have going up? Everything kind of dead ends on this floor. I don't understand. All I have going up are motors and rubber. Right. Rubber goes up to this next floor. Which is made into heat sinks and radio control units. That's where it dead ends. Okay. For both of which I need aluminum casing, and that's where all of my aluminum casing goes, right? Yes. So that's where my aluminum casing dead ends at. So I'll just tell my aluminum casing to dead end into heat sinks and rubber. And then the heat sinks are made into cooling devices entirely, and that's where the motor dead ends. And that's where my tiny amount of nitrogen gas comes from. It's the only resource I haven't snagged yet. Yeah, cooling systems and radio control units are all I have left to produce. And supercomputers, which that's where my cooling systems dead into. They get stored and they get converted Okay. So I only have 3 things being produced, and one of those things is made in assemblers. 2 of those things are made in assemblers. Only one of those things is made in a manufacturer. So I've got plenty of room up here to do what I need to do. Awesome. Okay. That's enough of this. I know what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to do some refinement after later tonight probably, or over the weekend. I'll do some refinement for the factory, maybe make it a little sexy, and just get some more ticket producing while the boxes fill. But that's enough for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you next week. Bye!